Hello all, this is Dr. Day Maslak talking to you about reciprocity.com. The E is written with a 3, and in this particular video I want to talk to you about when you've had it with your PhD. So if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I wanted to pay the favor forward and help you out. So I don't know if you're at all like me, and if you're in the doctoral process right now, you're probably experiencing very similar things that I went through. But at the beginning of the doctoral process and the doctoral program or graduate school, I was really optimistic with how things were going to work out. And I knew the sort of outcomes to expect of going through with this. But as I progressed through the doctoral program and as I kept working on it, and I got 3, 4, 5 years into doing the PhD, I started to realize, and I started to get really depressed, and I couldn't see where I was going. And I felt really blinded with what was going to happen with my life. I felt very uncertain. I felt extremely scared, to be honest, with what I was doing. I thought it was a complete waste of time with all of the stuff that I was actually working on. And I just was trying to figure out a way to just get the darn thing done so I can get out and do something that was more meaningful with what I was doing. I was really scared. I was very, very depressed. And I know when I talk to people around the world that this is a normal process. It's unbelievable when I talk to a lot of people in sort of different faculty positions in terms of how they feel when they see doctoral students that are struggling. And if you're a doctoral student, you do see other people that are struggling around you. You feel really bad, and the professors feel really bad about what's going on with your life as well. And I don't think that this is unusual. I think this is totally normal with having these experiences. In fact, if you look at this YouTube channel, it's kind of blowing up in terms of people responding to it. It's been growing very much steadily over the last few years, and it's growing even faster as I start being much more open to talk about these kind of things in a much more real way. But I need you to have this experience when you change during your PhD process. Is the moment that you've had it, where you just can't physically do the things that you are doing right now, and you start making some physical changes and actual real visceral changes to the things that you're currently doing. And once you actually start doing that, and I remember the day that I experienced that I was feeling really down and out, and I just wasn't seeing the world properly. And that day was the day that I thought, I'm going to just start smiling. And that day changed my life in terms of seeing the world in a completely different way. And as I started smiling, I know that it was really tough to start smiling and to push past all of those feelings. I still didn't feel good inside, but I smiled a little bit. And as I smiled a little bit more, I felt just a little bit better. And I had to do that for several weeks before I started feeling a little bit more optimistic. And then the things that were really irritating me, and I was just, viscerally upset with that stuff that was going on, I just smiled through it. And I was dealing with a lot of things, and I just was like, you know what? Nuts to this. I'm just going to smile through it, work on what I'm supposed to be doing, and push forward with what I'm supposed to be doing and disregard everything else. When you get to that moment, that's when you have made a change in your life, and that's when you start getting things accomplished in your life, and it doesn't matter what other people are saying and what other people are doing around you. And that is the moment. A few years ago, I was having that exact same experiences with what I was doing during, becoming a professor and doing the professor thing. And I started looking around, and I started to realize that there was a lot of people that was going through these experiences and dealing with all these kind of things. But all of us, including myself, we were all just kind of doing hush hush, and nobody was talking about it in a real and visceral way. So I started putting out and I started creating this application that I thought was really cool, this whole reciprocity application to get feedback on your writing, to help with the writing. I struggle with it, and I didn't know how to get more writing feedback on the things I was going to do. So I put out this application, and you know what? Nothing really happened with it because there was no traction on it. But then I started doing these YouTube videos and being a lot more real and being open with you with all of these experiences. And then people started to actually resonate with what I'm saying. Those moments when you've just had it, and I was really frustrated at that time with the stupid application that I was working on. We spent a lot of money on this darn thing, and nothing happened with the thing when I put it out on the internet. And I was just kind of I was pissed off, and I was also just frustrated. I didn't know what to do. So I started doing these stupid YouTube videos, these dumb, stupid YouTube videos. That's when things started to change. It was actually becoming a real thing because I knew that there was other people that were dealing with all of this kind of stuff. When you create something new and nobody else has done that thing, nobody knows what to do with it. Nobody knows how to deal with all these kind of emotions. And I knew right then and there, as I started doing these videos and people started resonating with them, is that this thing that I'm doing right now, that I'm talking to you and that I'm being open with you, and yeah, you know what, you might be, I don't know, it might be in the middle of the night right now that you're watching this. It might be your commute home that you're watching this after some sort of grad school seminar that you've worked on and you've just been really frustrated with the things that you're working on. The moment that your life changes and the moment that you actually do something with your life, whatever that is, dealing with crap that's going on in your life, dealing with feeling just really upset with whatever it is, your scenario, that's the moment when things are going to change. And that's the moment when you're going to start making progress with whatever it is that you're doing. That's because you start getting very emotional and you actually make a change in your life. And when you make that change in your life, that's when you accomplish the things that you need to accomplish. That's all I really wanted to say. And you know what? If you don't like this video, I don't care. This is just me. I need to sort of tell you that, you know, I was listening to another podcast and they were talking about the sort of visceral moments that you have, and it really brought up a lot of emotion with me. And I just need to get this out, that if you are going to make a change in your life, whatever it is, change in your grad school, change in, you know, getting a job, change in, I don't know, getting whatever it is that you need to get done, change in your relationships, is the moment that you actually have that visceral response where you're done. You're done feeling the way that you're currently feeling, and you need to make a positive change in your life. So the easiest way that I know that you can do this is just start smiling. And I know it's going to seem stupid. I know that if you're watching this, you probably think that I'm crazy, but just try it. Start smiling. Start having that visceral reaction in your gut that things need to change. And once you start doing that, then things will change for the better. So that's it. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if not, then yeah, thumbs down it. I don't care with whatever you're thinking. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.